I freed Martin, but I still had ways to go before I reached High Overseer Campbell. But at least I was in the courtyard already.
I was just reading in the archive about the Heretic's brand. It sounds painful. Have you ever seen the ritual?
I've never seen the Heretic's brand used. No, it's a rare occurrence. But I did spy the face of one so branded. A former member of our order, of course. Out on a retreat, we passed through a fishing town and saw him begging.
What were his crimes?
Who can say? The brand is reserved for an overseer, or even the High Overseer himself, who violates our codes and must be cast out permanently. Remember the 7 strictures, and you never need worry about such matters.
I will, brother.
Now that's interesting. That's a non-lethal way into dealing with High Overseer Campbell. We could basically cast out even High Overseer, as that Overseer down there said, using the Heretic's brand. And that Overseer said that he read about this in the archive. There's a method for excommunicating Overseers, even the High Overseer himself. The instructions can be found in a book located within the archive. And I guess we get the objective marker for that. Yes, we do. Can I beam myself in there?
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Indeed, I believe so.
That was close. Bit too close if you ask me. Alright. That's not a good place to hide. Might have been better off not taking anyone out. What if one of them comes in here?
Think you'll get your own squad after what happened last night? Yes, of course.
Rewire tool. Disable security devices or make them work in your favor by using a rewire tool. Rewired walls of light, arc, pylons and watchtowers will harm your enemies instead of you. Spring razor. Gurnau's visit. Wayland. Captain Gurnau and his retinue will be here this evening. See that they are allowed through the checkpoint without incident. I would like him in a fair mood when I have drinks with him in the meeting chamber. Also, be prepared to defend the checkpoint from the inside should things go awry with negotiations. Not that I expect they should, but I want your overseers prepared in case Gurnau and his men live up to the City Watch's reputation. High Overseer Campbell. Yeah, I'm slightly worried that guy outside will come in here, because they at times do it. Seems to be some sort of a path down there.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse? Never doubt it.
I would feel much more comfortable if I was up there. I mean, not up there, well, not down here, with the same level they are. Play your way. Pathways. There are many pathways through your missions. Front streets, alleys, windows, red tunnels, rooftops and waterways. Experiment with different ways to reach your goals. Indeed. Of course I could go through the sewers. Did that guy just take a leak on top of me? Oh man. One thing I do want to do is take that unconscious man here away from that frame from that house, and I myself want to be up there.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight?
Yes, of course.
Wow, looking straight at me. They must drink a lot because they need to take a leak every 5 seconds. No. Sorry, rats. No dinner for you. That guy's there now. Don't look this way. Oh, come on, can't I get... Oh, come on. I want this unconscious man in there, and I can't. This is probably the... There we go. Sometimes you can jump over when you are carrying them, sometimes you can't. Well, I know you won't be found here. I guess I will check this way.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Yes, of course.
I guess I will check this way because I started going and happened to found this. Will this make a lot of noise? Guess not enough. In all honesty, I've had enough of sewers. And I don't even need that one. Don't see any guards. Kennels. Dogs. I'm not sure if I want to mess with any dogs.
Yeah, it's nice.
Alright, I guess... Oh shit. That was close. Yeah, there's a range on this dark vision. I need to be careful with this. I guess this is the front door. Front door of the place, so I definitely won't go there. There's a rune right there. It's definitely a good place to hide here in case I do get into trouble. There are some overseers there. Behind those bars.
I don't see Campbell's journal anywhere, brother. This is folly, I tell you. If he catches us in here...
I've told you 100 times. Campbell is upstairs meeting with the captain of the watch. He'll be busy for hours. Now keep looking.
And I've told you 100 times, Watcher, that I am certain he keeps the Black Book on his person at all times. We went to the trouble of breaking into Campbell's sanctum for nothing.
Shh, listen. What was that?
You can stay and find out, but not...
It was nothing. Campbell's secret chamber? Well, I do know that the Black Book. I'm supposed to get the blackmail journal. That is, of course, on High Overseer Campbell. But the secret chamber like this is quite interesting in many other ways. Well, if the front door is out of question, I think I'm not high enough to get that one. I'll be able to get there if I go back outside, but I have now found...
Yeah, it's nice.
at least 2 ways in. The front door, the kennels, which probably means guard dogs, and I'm not sure if I like that. Man, that one overseer keeps looking straight here. I don't like these bright lights here. Guess he's not near enough. Right, and definitely that ledge up there. The thing is, if I go to, yes, okay, the kennel is a separate area. If I go to the kennel, I trust now that the game designer didn't create me an unfair situation here, that I run into enemies right away in this room.
Do not let your keen eyes wander tonight, boy. There's word of bad men about. Here's a good boy. Good boy, Justice.
Justice? Campbell will be meeting with Captain Gurnau in the High Overseer's meeting chamber. Oh wow. For a moment I thought that dog would come after me.
Settle down, man. It's only me. Boreal's gone to the flooded district and all the rest of them. So it's just me tonight. What? Don't look at me like that.
So it's just me tonight, he said.
Who's that, Rico? And that's Ratter, isn't it? How are you, boys? You miss your poor brother.
So there's one guard, one dog on the loose, then several on the cages. Will the dog smell me if I go up here? I guess there's only one way to find out. There are sleeping dogs there. There are.
You've still got the taste of that weeper on your tongue, haven't you?
There's one guard there.
That's right. Look
Those
at them.
guys seems to be sleeping, or maybe they are dead, I don't know. There's a room here with some sort of a treasure. Ooh, this place makes me nervous. Look at this. I can get these items right here. How do I take sleep darts? I need to shoot that guy and his dog. continue. Somewhere. Oh, there's a guard there. Maybe on the other side of the wall or something. Okay, so if I drop down from here, as soon as they are going that way, then head there, wherever that is going. Those kind of unexpected turns, those are tricky ones. Shit. There's a guard there as well. Shit. Oh, I was holding my breath, but... Okay. So... There's a whole lot of stuff here if I could take that guy out.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Chances are very good.
Okay, so there's definitely treasure to be collected here. If I want to. If I take down that guy. And then maybe get his unconscious body here. Then keep an eye out for that other guard. Well, Bing and Draining Hounds. Well, I don't have time for that book right now. Loot cache. I've taken the loot we've gathered and stashed it in the incinerator room. It's under the dead hound, so nobody will dig around and find it. Look to your strictures to figure out the door code. To figure out the door code. Lying tongue, wandering gaze, errant mind. I trust you're devout and clever enough to figure it out. That definitely caught my attention. Now what is that book?
Nice.
And look at this. This is what the game does. They change patrols in case someone is not on their route. This guy came on to check on his friend. Let's get our mana back to full. And let's see about that book. 7 strictures. Restrict the errant mind before it becomes fractious and divided. Can 2 enemies occupy the same body? No, for the first will direct it one way and the second another until the body stumbles into a ditch and its neck is broken. Likewise, 2 contrary thoughts cannot long abide in the mind, and it will grow weak-willed and subject to any heresy. The 7th stricture, that doesn't help me with the code. But have I found some other books? No. So the code was lying tongue, wandering gaze, errant mind. There is some sort of book that there are numbers for each of these strictures, and all I need to do is find one. So now there's no one patrolling here, right? Because there's one guy left. I see some dead dogs here. What I would really like to have is no, that's not the incinerator room. Or is it? Oh, it must be. Ah, right. There's the code. I see the combination.